Yo, man, why'd you throw that water on me? Come on now, that was racist as hell. Oh, there you go. There you go. There you go. Told you. Check this shit out, man. Why she say that shit? She threw the water on me, man. Call me a fucking nigger. Come on, man. That's unnecessary. Okay, guys? You didn't have to do that shit. I forgive you. You know, may the good Lord Yahshua HaMashiach come into your life. Come on, man.
What? What's the problem?
You know, when she threw the water on me. You know, why she do that?
Go. Be gone.
Okay. All right. Well, don't I have a right to be here? Okay. It's Pine Grove Park. Is it your house?
I'm going nowhere. Just
Well, I forgive you guys. Just may the Most High,
Get out of here.
you know, forgive you.
Go.
You know. Okay.
First calls and I ain't going nowhere.
I'm gonna call the cops on you.
You can if you want.
I can't call the sheriff's department on you.
You could call the cops. You know, you threw water on me.
You know what? I sued my brother $20 million.
Okay. Well, you know, ma'am, I just
Never mind.
just want to say that's very wrong that you
Get
did
along
that.
before I get out of this goddamn car.
Well, okay. Well, so I'm moving. I don't think that would be a good idea, sir. You know, I don't think that would be a good idea. I'm a pacifist, mind you, so then I would have to call the cops if you get out the car. You guys are just mean.
Fuck out of here.
I don't have a right to stay here like this. Come on, man. What's going on here, man? Come on, guys. You gotta be like that. That's so mean. Okay. You know, so I forgive you. You see what happens here. I mean, I'm at the Pine Grove Park. You got all these decent white folks here. You gotta understand the reason why they don't stand up. You know, you got some biracials too. See, I would stand up against some shit like that. Say that's not right. Okay, but you gotta forgive them, man. Okay, but you gotta look at all these white folks. You gotta understand. All right, I got his license plate right there. You know, so it is what it is. You gotta forgive these people, man. You know what I'm saying? I truly believe in love, man. So she had thrown some water at me here. Now, you know, see, I'm a pacifist, man. She gotta understand she did throw some water as I was standing here. You know, and I could really call the cops, but I said it's no big deal. You know, you don't want to be petty. You gotta understand, man. This brother right there, which is very uncalled for, he got called a half nigga by the same Caucasian brother that he's with, and by members of the Caucasians. That is very unnecessary. Look, he's biracial too. Okay? It's very racist. So you gotta understand, they will hang with you. They will be friends with you. But at the end of the day, they will make money with you, make money off of you, and fuck you, suck you, and buck you. But at the end of the day, you was still a nigga. Well, you have to understand, that is 99.99%, okay, of the Caucasian populace here. I would say 100% of my experiences, and you have 1/4%, particularly 1/4%. That is separate, 1/4 of 1% that is separate from the 100% from the decent Caucasians here, and decent people in general. Okay, so not just talking about the Caucasians, but just decent people in general. Okay, so you gotta understand it's pretty shitty here. You see how calm I was, and then he was yelling and showboating, because you gotta understand, see, Satan doesn't know how to deal with the responsible love. Okay, I'm a minister. I'm a pacifist. Now, the old version of me would have probably been like, you know, well, motherfucker, get out that car, then I'll show you something, you know. But at the end of the day, I say, you know, you put your hands on me, it's going to be on. But I did not say that. Forgive me my language. I'm just letting you know, and I was still, again, you know, I didn't seek out conflict, but, you know, I was a quiet kid, and I said when it was on, it was on. So I didn't look for violence or conflict. Primarily the Caucasians coming up in Port Huron. This is what is this in? Is this Port Huron? Yes, it is. It is Port Huron. But they had said they wanted to call the cops on me, guys, as you can see here. Is that really a good idea? It just goes to show their bigotry. But this is why I don't like to come to the parks anymore. I can't even come to the parks that I get harassed. Now, he said that he really did not like being exposed for having a little dick, and in regards to, you know, and look, you got some wonderful Caucasians here, man. Okay, not too many though. And so my experiences in America has been this, all over America. Okay, so particularly dealing with the Caucasians, and I would say 99.99% of my experiences outside of Port Huron have been complete and utter bigotry. This is why I've not been able to find work. They put an APB out, okay, on me, a Proud Boy, a Proud Boy bulletin. Okay, I say APPB, a Proud, APBP, a Proud Boy bulletin. Okay, well, yeah, I think that's a proud. Hold on, give me a minute. Yeah, a Proud Boy bulletin, APB. That's we just gonna name it that, APB. Okay, you know what I'm saying? You gotta forgive. All right. All right. So you gotta forgive him, man. You know what I'm saying? So you got some decent Caucasians here, man, but you got some very indecent ones. See, yeah, I want to show you that I am not very temperamental. I'm very consistent. I'm very consistent, okay? In everything that I do. Now, they have their faces, they have their license plates. They can track them down, okay? They threaten me and everything else, you know? I'm very consistent, okay? I'm very masculine in regards to my approach to life and my viewpoint of people. I stay on course. No matter what happens to me, I stay on course. You gotta understand. And I forgive. You got people that are very temperamental. You see that? He was very temperamental. He jumped to 10. Then he tried to intimidate me. Then he calmed down real quick. All right? Now, the angels protect me, man, so I'm not too concerned about that. You got to forgive. You know, a lot of people are not sorry about what they have done to me or treating me like. They are more sorry in the sense of not actually being sorry, but, you know, only sorry because they got caught. And this is how they reflect their lack of empathy, a conscience, and for some people, a soul. Okay? A lot of these motherfuckers is, you know, they on borrowed time. Okay? So when people said that I believed in the devil, you know, and I'm just sitting up here using a porta potty. Look at this shit, man. You trying to tell me out of all these people here, you know, and people know I'm not a violent person, okay? So I have to do this for my protection. So any further time as it's escalating in the violence, I made this video. So when I come to Pine Grove Park, if I have any other issues, I said, well, look, guys, look at all these liabilities, all these issues, conflict. That's why it's very important to practice the martial arts of conflict resolution. See, I handled that situation as very calm. Stood my ground, but I did it in a respectful way. Okay? Can't allow people to push you outside your character. No matter how many niggas they call me nigger and all kinds of stuff, I didn't say anything back. Now, I could call them nigger back. They were acting like niggas. They just like crown donkeys. They were. But you got to forgive them, man. Okay? So it is not my responsibility to put anyone in heaven nor hell. My job is to minister. Okay? And that's exactly what I did to the best of my ability. Now, I do have PTSD. So, okay. I speak a certain way. All right? All right? Just give me a minute. Oh, shit. Hey, nice dog, sir.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, let me get out your way. I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, you're cool.
I love dogs, man. What kind of dog is that?
She's a Great Dane.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yep.
I wonder why she's so beautiful.
She's little for a Great Dane. She's a runt.
Yeah.
She's old, but she still looks like a 10-month-old.
Well, shit. Well, thank you. That's a good hunting
Yeah,
dog.
that's my baby girl.
Well, you have, man.
You too, man.
Thank you. Shalom, sir. Well, you know, you gotta understand. You know, some people say I should have called the cops, but you know, I'm a very mild-mannered person. I'm not petty. Okay, I could have called the cops. Well, at the end of the day, they could have just pulled off, and the cops would have been here. With, you know, no point. Now, you know, I have the, you know, Look, they did threaten me, man. They really did. So I'll send it to the police and say, hey, look, I've been threatened. Okay. All right. Reason why I didn't call the cops, man, look, at the end of the day, handle the situation. I have their, you know, license plate number. So the thing is, the cops can actually follow through. So I'll send it to them. If they are checking my emails or their emails, then they should already know about it. That's some serious shit. They have both of my numbers. Okay? So the cops, if it is something that is urgent and it is important, then I'll just send it to the police and they can get back with me. They do have both of my numbers. Fine officers of the law, give me a ring about it. Okay, you got both of my numbers. Okay, that's some serious shit. Maybe they won't have, excuse me, they may not have the time or whatever. I mean, you know, from what I heard, they do. So, but like I say, it is what it is. You just gotta forgive. This is why, you know, I got a lot of work to do. I really, you know, really don't have the time. My father, supposed to, you know, or whoever, you know, nah, not my pops. I'm supposed to be making some calls or get on my situation and stuff. Okay? So you gotta understand, you know, she didn't deny what she did. Alright? She didn't deny it. But like I said, it is what it is, man. People out here just having a good time, man. I'm just having a good time. Give me a minute. Guys, this is the park. I just wanted to show you here. Forgive me. I had to make sure I got the times where I left the porta potty. Okay, so this is a beautiful park. I want to show you fine officers of the law. So when I post this all on the web too, security as well. It's an well, when oh Shalom, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
That's good. Hope you have a great evening.
You too. Have a blessed one. Thank you. But you gotta understand, you know, you gotta forgive people, man. Okay. So this is just a park here, you know, nothing personal. You know, you gotta forgive people, man. So, you know, they said I won't shut up. You know, so you gotta forgive. So I gotta put this on the web, you know. So you gotta understand, I could have called the cops or just make a video. All right. In the process of me making this video, man. Okay. Now everybody will see. All right. How people are in this place really are. Okay. All right. So when I'm ready to take a legal action and things of that nature, I have the evidence. Whereas it would be my word against theirs. See how they reacted? I could have just called the cops and they would have pulled off, and you know, it would have been very unwise. Okay. You have the evidence, then you call. Or you just send it to the police. No need to be petty. It just goes to show I'm not the problem here. Okay, I go through so much shit every day. You become vetted. You just like, fuck it. Another day, you know, same shit, different day. Port Huron. Welcome to Port Huron, nigga. When I first came back to Port Huron, that's exactly what they said. And these people will never change. Okay? Most of these people anyway. Alright, so you gotta understand, a lot of people say I'll never shut up. Well, I said, okay, well, you say that I would never shut up, but what, you know, well, how did I get all this information? And I'm on about silence, so who's really not shutting up? When I make these videos, it's really all about the Canaanites or the bigots, you know. So you gotta understand, am I really the one, you know, not shutting up here? All right, you gotta understand, man. For me to build the case the way I built it, there would have to be a time where I would have to shut the fuck up, which I know how to do that. Okay? All right? So you gotta understand, they always talk about not being 11 and having a little dick. I said, that's not my problem, ma'am. If your man ain't packing it, okay? Unfortunately, I hate to say this, you know, particularly when it comes to the Caucasian males, it seems to be very common in their communities when it comes to the Canaanites. No disrespect, man. That's why when I was coming up, you had so many snow bunnies that didn't even live in our communities, or particularly South Park. It was predominantly due to redlining. You know, what I've heard, you know, they would be in the hood, as they call South Park. All right, down there for some good dick. So do not get mad at me because you did not hit the genetic lottery, motherfucker. Please. All right, it is what it is. I don't got time for this dumb shit. I got a lot of work to do. I'm gonna be up all night, be studying and shit. Alright, so this what it is. Say they won't call the cops on me, particularly the whites, when I was not in the wrong, as you seen the video, other Caucasians. But as well, the biracials. And the Negroes, or the Hebrews that are in a interracial relationship to prove their allegiance to their white queen, or Canaanite queen. Alright? So you gotta be careful, man. People snatch your kids from down here. See, that's a good father right there. He take care of business. Can't be running off like that. Get snatched up. Get snatched up by Jerry. So you gotta understand, he would do. You know, Jerry ain't playing. May seem slow. They move quick. Snatch them little kids. Be all friendly and shit. Want some candy? Some gumdrops? You think he talking about actual gumdrops? Nah, man, he talking about something else. You know, just saying. But like I said, you gotta. I mean, you think he talking about, you know, hot dog stand, actual hot dogs and the mayonnaise on a hot dog, you know, shit, all kinds of shit. I'm not trying to be funny, but that's what they talk about, particularly Jerry at the mall and a lot of this community. You know, mayonnaise in that hot dog. You know, you want some mayonnaise on that hot dog, or on that hot dog particularly. All right. It's a you know, pederastic terminology. Okay, for the love and obsession for little boys and girls too, but particularly the boys. The worship of the Bacchus or Bacchus. All right. No disrespect, but this is what I have to deal with because, you know, I'm a native Hebraic Spartan Norseman, or just a Jew in general, keeping it short. Like their penises they like to talk about in regards to tort. Okay, so it is what it is. Well, I gotta get going, man. I don't got time for this shit. So fine officers of law, as you can see, I don't like to be petty. I'm not just gonna call you for no reason, okay? Alright. Alright. So it is what it is. Now, you know, next time, you know, serious, you know, if I have, you know, another issue with them, or is this another issue, you know, I just pull out my phone, you know, depending on the seriousness of the issue, I'll call the cops. Now, he did threaten me if he would have got out the car. You know, I'm a pacifist, but, you know, I would have defended myself. I said, sir, I ask you to step back. Would have put the phone away, put the phone down in my pocket, as they talked about trying to snatch the phone and orchestrating that scene. Okay, as they say that they're members of the community that's meant to be disposable. So while he's distracted, we can snatch his phone from him. Alright, so he can't prove his case. So it's all a plot. That's why they don't speak up or stand against it. And, you know, he most likely, no disrespect, I think he saw by the look in my eyes that, you know, I wasn't the one. Okay? No disrespect, but he most likely would have got his ass whooped. And enjoyably so. And then I would have called the cops. Okay? Alright? Alright? Probably would have helped him up off his feet and preached the gospel to him. I'm putting my salvation on it. Oh, look, no hard feelings. See, I come from a different generation. You get your ass beat, you be friends with them the next moment. Okay? Now, unfortunately, because of the severity of this situation, okay, you know, being that they're trying to take my life and things of that nature, it's not just a simple ass beating. Okay? Alright? Alright? Okay? So you gotta understand. Alright? Help him up. See if he's okay. Alright? Go into the porta potty, grab some tissue with his bloody nose or whatever. That's it. That's the personal just business. And 10 toes down on business, okay? Alright? They're not good under pressure, man. Alright? It is what it is. So I gotta get going, man. Look, but you see, I've been dealing with this 24/7. This is why, look, I can't get a dog. Because the lies and the accusations. This is why I cannot adopt one of their children or kids in America. I would be terrified too. I would move out of America if I did. But the thing is, the terror of them coming back to America to find some kind of solace, or, you know, their parents, if they have any, and then adopting, you know, for me to teach a child and adopt a, you know, white child, and I've talked about this, you know, in honor of my mother, Christina DeMere, and John was a cop, so I really don't mind cops. I have a very good perception of them. I do have trauma from them, but you have to understand, you know, I know how to talk to them. And so the thing is, adopting a boy and a girl, okay, or dealing with the shelters and things of that nature, dealing with them very closely, all right, you know, and things of that nature, providing a future for them, okay, some kind of stability where they can have their own family one day. I don't know, helping out with the college tuition or something like that. You know, I have nothing against Caucasians, but this is how most of them act, and why I've been on the streets for about almost 9 years in this motherfucker, okay, in America in general, okay. So this is why I don't have any white friends. Not because I'm an asshole or I'm racist or, you know, all right. They have so many issues and insecurities. All right. So for me to adopt one of their kids and raise them, okay, they did say that they would molest them. Well, fuck the shit out of them, quite literally and figuratively. I mean, they talked about this shit, you know, fucking them and, you know, making sure, you know, when they do so, that they shit on themselves. So, I mean, come on, man. I'm not lying about this shit. Okay? Alright? Okay? Alright? So you gotta understand. Talk about taking, you know, my baby girl's virginity. If I decide to adopt a white, you know, young girl. Alright? So you have to forgive people, but like, I would be terrorized by the thought of them going to America to find some kind of solace or connection. Rather adopt them from another country, particularly, and raise them, you know, particularly wherever my choosing is, but not in America. Not adopting in America. Okay? But this is what they talk about, man. So when people say, oh, you hate white folks. You know, you hate us. You hate us because you won't stick your dick in our children's asses. All kinds of stuff. The cops already know this shit's going on, man. Alright? So you gotta understand. Okay? And it's the parents too. Because I won't have intercourse with them. And particularly, they truly believe that, you know, somehow this gift will be passed on to them. The gift that I have to handle pressure, and also not only that, but to create children, as they talked about, to molest. Somehow create these children where they can molest. And they talked about creating children all their own where they will molest them and they will be created and put on this earth for the sole purpose of molestation and sexual gratification. Sexual gratification, molestation. Particularly when it comes to the Hebrews, having no real attachment to them. But even when it comes to their own, they said they would do it to their own. If incest was legalized, okay, I mean, they went in a deep conversation with this. They said, well, by that time, we'll have the technology, you know, or, you know, we'll have this technology where we can actually, you know, have sex with our sisters and first cousins, and the children could be born okay. They have okay eggs, okay? So, I mean, they really thought this shit out. I mean, it's pretty sick. Well, this is why I call it Hicksville. Hicksville, USA. Alright. This is why there's no uproar. You know, someone they said, you know, some of these people say, I would have called the cops on the nigger, you know. And, you know, I'm just saying, I ain't doing anything wrong, shit. And some people did say, you know, you should have called the cops. I said, well, how come you didn't call the cops? Because you're a bigot. It didn't really matter too much, did it? You know? But you gotta understand, all the evidence that I have, man, I mean, Come on, man. Come on. Now you have to understand. I have people have called the cops on me just sitting there studying, minding my business. Whites. But when a Caucasian man, a Caucasian woman throws water at me, all right, threatens me, calls me a nigger. You saw the video, particularly what I'm going to put up. No one calls the cops, but they call the cops on me. They would call the cops on me all the time. Talk about welfare checks. I said, nah, motherfucker, you call the cops on me because they say, oh, you know, it seemed kind of threatening and. You know, I said, really? But how I handled that situation, I was not hostile at all. Okay? So it's particularly the Caucasians, and then the ideology is not the complexion of their skin, it's the ideology. You know, it's also genetic memory. Research it. Okay? So when it comes to the biracials, man, the issue with the biracials is real simple. Okay? Not all. Okay. All right. That's a good father right there. You know. But you got to understand, there's some decent parents here, okay? Not all Caucasians are bad. So I'm not just sitting up there talking about them because I have issues within my own community, okay? So I believe in judging people by the merit and the contents of their heart, okay? Their character. So I don't want people thinking I'm just talking about white folks. It's just, unfortunately, predominantly, they are the problem. I say unfortunately because I don't want enemies with them. Okay? Okay? So you gotta understand, I don't hate Caucasians, but you know, a lot of them hate me, unfortunately. Okay? Alright? So, you gotta understand, man. This is the park. Pine Grove Park is a wonderful park. You know? Wonderful park, man. Alright? So, I don't want people thinking I'm trying to make it seem like all Caucasians are bad. You just want to molest their babies and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Alright. So you gotta understand. Alright. Alright. This is what you gotta do. Okay. Now they record me and they make these videos to try to prove that, you know, I'm not a man of my actions. And I said, that's perfectly fine. Okay? And also, they're mad at me because I can prove the reason why they harass me is because they have small penises. Okay? So no disrespect. And I won't sleep with them, particularly the Caucasian females. And that's perfectly fine. You feel that way, but once you begin to violate my civil liberties, that's where it becomes an issue. So I'm in a situation where I can't call the cops. Okay? Yep. File a police report. And just point at members what they were saying, and I would. But, you know, it happens so much. I have too much I have to do in regards to building this case. You just have to forgive people, okay? Alright? So it is what it is, man. Like, hey, yo, nothing personal, just business. Standing 10 toes down on business. Standing on the rock. On the cornerstone that the builders have refused. That of my father's business. That of which, of course, I will never divorce. Okay, so you gotta understand. You know, I could have stooped to that man's level. I could have called him the C word, the H word. They like to call me that too. If you don't know what that is, they like to call me the crackers. Or excuse me, they call themselves the crackers because they like to crack the whip on me of unemployment and, you know, things of that nature. Me not being able to find a place, which is housing discrimination. Okay, I'm still waiting for the. I'm still waiting for. I'm still waiting for the NAACP to call me back. What do you know? All this shit happened to me. Now, I heard the NAACP is really ran by the whites, particularly here. Okay, so it is what it is, man, but you gotta understand. You just gotta forgive people, man. Shout out to my father, my family and shit. Shout out to my mothers, my fathers. Shout out to Mr. Fields. Shout out to Mama Kiwan. Shout out to Larry or Dad. Other father. No disrespect to my father. Biological father only got one. Biological mother only got one. But shout out to my family. Shout out to Christina Demir. She's like a mom to me, mother to me, my mom's. So you gotta understand that's the white woman I'm talking about. And John, the cop that used to pick me up from Garfield. I've been in special needs all my whole life. So you have to understand. Well, hard work will take you places. So you thought you could never go. This education system was so racist. You know, I didn't find out what I was good at, my talents. Couldn't discover who I was. It was not a moral education. It did not teach character. You know, it actually taught the complete opposite. Low self-esteem, bigotry, you're inferior, you're just a nigga. You know, according to Malcolm X, it's a really good book. And he said, when the teacher asked what he wanted to be, he said a lawyer. And she said, realistically, you can't be a lawyer, you're a nigga. This is how St. Clair County is when it comes to their education. So you gotta understand, okay? I mean, my brother got spat on in schools and shit, you know, told to go back to his own kind. So I grew up in this shit, man, you know what I'm saying? This is what they do. This is who they are. Okay? 99 fucking percent white Americans in the United States of America. My experiences are this. This is why I don't have any white friends. So it's not because I'm racist. It's because of them. They have always been a problem. Okay, this is why I got to move overseas. Cause I ain't never gonna get anywhere in my life, particularly dealing with them white folks or dealing with them Canaanites. Okay, see how calm I handle that shit? He's mad 'cause he got a little dick. Okay? Alright? Alright? But you gotta understand, man, in this woman, you know, particularly in regards to wanting to sleep with me and things of that nature, when she threw that water on me, you can hear her walking off. Pissed. Alright? Alright? And that's what you get. 'Cause you don't want to sleep with us, nigger. Nigger kite. So you gotta understand, man, it is what it is. So this is why I can't find jobs. And I can't find jobs in Fort Gratiot. Okay? And I can't find jobs in Port Huron. Alright, I am looking for a lawyer. I will put my information in the video in due time and soon, okay? So in due time, soon. In due time and soon, excuse me. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Alright. Alright. So unfortunately, this Caucasian here said, hey, look, now we can prove he's not a Hebrew Israelite. Well, I never said I was a Hebrew Israelite, you know. Particularly, I'm just a Jew. I like to keep it simple. My Caucasian brother. Alright. And he mentioned that he had a little dick too. So you gotta understand, man. Alright. You know, it is what it is. Shalom, y'all. Hey, y'all bless you, man. May the Most High deliver you from, you know, the insurmountable insecurity in your life where you feel like you have to project your lack of penile degrees. Okay, it's what I call, yeah, I made that shit up. Penile degrees or penile degree. You know, because you lacking. Way to go. Good father, man. Teach your kids to be insecure, project their insecurities on people who don't have the complexion for the connection. And they do it in their own community too. White on white crime is some serious shit. I got serious on that too. It is what it is. Well researched. But you just gotta forgive people. Let me get going. Alright? Alright? So you gotta forgive, man. Alright? This is why I would never, okay? Shalom, brother. This is why, you know, I would never have children for my own my own sex, or particularly marrying or engaging in a relationship with a white woman, because they don't do shit, man. They look, they're fucking everything else, but they won't defend you. Or oftentimes they say our greatest revenge we can get on him is to get him to have sex with us. And they've been trying to use their pussies, particularly their assholes, against me, and saying we'll eat that ass, and saying that they would, and then they would raise the kids to be bigots, and they would not defend them. Okay, they would not defend them. Unfortunately, you gotta forgive. I would like to know why they would raise my kids to be bigots. I need closure. That's unfortunate, man. He looked like Stone Cold Steve Austin. He was one of my favorite wrestlers, man. Okay, Stone Cold Steve Austin was fucking awesome, man. I don't care what motherfuckers see. But like I said, Stone Cold Steve Austin was one of my favorite wrestlers. You know, Stone Cold Stunner. Okay, but like I said, it is what it is. Second was I like the Undertaker too, The Rock, and I used to watch wrestling when it was WWE. Okay, but I'm about to get going. Oh, here we go. Hey, ma'am, how you doing? Oh, I'm doing good, ma'am. I just had to make a video. These particularly, it was a Caucasian couple. They had threatened me. Particularly, they threw water on me. And
water on you.
this car, I got the license plate number.
Okay.
And everything, and I got their picture particularly. And so they threw water. I was very calm. I didn't cuss them out, anything. I just waited. And she eventually came back around and asked us, "Why man, why you throw that water on me, man? That was unnecessary."
Yep.
And then, I stayed a distance away from the car.
Okay.
And I said, "Well, this is the park, ma'am." And he said, "Well, get out of here," stuff like that. They called me a nigger multiple times, and the guy threatened to get out the car, and particularly to harm me. And I said, "Well, sir, I'm a pacifist, so, particularly if he did step out of the car, I wouldn't want to hurt the man, but I would get to my phone immediately. I have 2 phones, and I would have called the cops immediately. Hopefully someone would have called the cops, particularly, and I believe in practicing the martial arts of conflict resolution. So
when did this all happen?
This all happened, well, I recorded it all, so particularly this all happened just earlier today.
How earlier today?
Particularly at the beginning of this video. Hey guys, how you guys doing? So I wasn't gonna call anybody because it happened so much.
Okay.
It happened so much, so I don't want to be petty. I know you guys got things you got to do. So I say, well, bump it.
Okay.
I'll send it to the police, and if he had put his hands on me, then yeah, I would have to call the cops.
Right, and he didn't put his hands on you.
He did not. So it's a waste of your time.
Right.
You find officers of the law, and I actually like cops. So contrary to popular belief, I have nothing against cops. So I didn't want to waste your time, and I said it's no real reason to file a police report because it didn't go beyond that.
You don't want to file a police report?
No.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, I'll just Mesenberg said just send an email to him. Because I forgive him. So it is what it is. I forgive him. I could file a police report, but I thought about it and I said, well, if I have any further issues with him, I do have the information here. So I think the sending the video to the police is filing a police report enough. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of a waste of your time.
Let me just grab your name, and I'll just document that I talked to you, and we'll be on our way.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't want to.
Because people are just, they're concerned with you videotaping them. And
Yeah, and I wasn't, I was just protection. That's all. I wasn't trying to harm anybody or send up here just
Yeah, but you can
anybody.
understand why people are concerned when you're videotaping. I mean, I can't tell you stop. We all do it.
I completely understand. But like I say, man, not gonna file a police report. I forgive him. I say, hey guys, if it's an issue again, then yeah, I would.
Okay.
So, but I'll make sure when I see him to keep my distance.
Okay. What's your first name, sir?
Aliyan is particularly.
How do you spell that?
Better, yeah. Let me give you my license.
Okay.
It's better because giving you my license, give me a minute, guys. I'm sorry. But yeah, just don't want to be petty, you know what I'm saying?
No, I get it.
I deal with stuff every day. It's 24/7, so sending it to the police is enough. And then if it happens again, then I said, well, I did file a police report. Just in a sense, just video report, I call them. So it's a waste of your time. I'm calling you, probably got other things you got to do. Well, thank you. I appreciate you.
Make sure everybody's safe.
Right. I appreciate you. Yeah, that's nice thought. So, man, so many things happen to me. I get threatened like every day. So it's like calling you for a threat, and, the water wasn't nice, but it's okay. Forgive me, man. I'm sorry. Let me get you an ID here,
All right, you can go ahead and give that to my partner.
Yes, here you go. Yes, sir. Here you go, sir.
Where are you staying at right now, man?
Well, I'm on the streets, man. So I'll clear out of here as soon as we get done here. I don't want to cause any harm because I don't want, somebody calling, hey, he's still here. So I don't want to harass anybody. It seems like I'm harassing, but
what's a good phone number for you?
Oh, phone number is give me a minute. Phone number is sorry about that.
Are you okay?
I'm sorry. I give, just in case, I give you both of my numbers. Well, I gave both to the police already, but I understand you got to do this for a
When
protocol.
did you talk to the police?
I went up to the police station and gave them both of my numbers if they ever needed it, and then I believe I sent them through email too. But you have to go through all the emails though, so it's kind of a hassle. So I understand why you're doing asking for it. Just give me a minute. I'm so sorry. It's a hassle. Go through all those emails. But here you go. 313 428
428.
9308.
All right.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
said you're gonna get out of here.
Immediately.
All right,
Yes, ma'am. Oh, let me give you the other one. I'm so
that's
sorry.
Okay. We only, as long as we have
You sure?
one. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't realize I had it in this phone.
Nah, you're right. As
I
long as
thought
we
I
got
was
both of them,
slacking.
we're good.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Well, you have a good rest of your
Yeah,
day.
thank
okay?
you.
No, we're good. We're
Oh,
good,
sorry.
all
Okay.
right?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Hey, thank you, sir. Hey, bless you, sir. You have a blessed one. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. All right, guys. As you can see, I'm about to clear out of here real quick. You know, so you just gotta forgive, man. Okay. You know, so you gotta forgive, man. You know, I did try to extend out and shake her hands, but she said we're good. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I said I didn't want to file a police report, but the video is enough. You know what I'm saying? You know, but you gotta forgive people, man. I'm about to get out of here real quick. I'm leaving out right now. Okay. All right. So, but that's what you gotta do, guys. You gotta forgive people. All right. So you gotta forgive people, man. Okay. Now, fortunately, the police officer, you know, they said we don't have a trailer. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta forgive, man. Say we don't have a trailer there, you know. That Caucasian brother said she didn't want to shake my hand, man. You know, well, you gotta go. You know, so and she admitted she was a big head. You know, so you gotta understand. I forgive. That's why I didn't file a police report. Now, if it was serious that she put the hands, like if he put his hands on me or something, then, you know, I would have just bounced back and just moved around him and tried to get to my phone, hit him a few times and just, hey, you know, is it enough? I would have showed restraint. I mean, you got this old Caucasian man coming up and stepping to you like that. I don't want to hurt him. I'm a pacifist. So, you know, let me tell you something, man, about my father, man. Okay? Father's a wonderful man. You know, we have our differences and our issues and stuff like that. Okay? But my father, man, you know, my father has shown me self-defense. Okay? Now, he not trained me to be a master of any sorts. My grandfather taught me about boxing, but we used to slap box, we used to wrestle and shit like that. I go over there to his house for the summer. Okay? But when it comes to life skills, that's a life skill, yes. But when it comes to survival out here and stuff, I did have to learn that on my own. So they thought I called the cops. I did not call the cops. I did not put my salvation on it. Someone else called the cops. Probably was one of the biggest. But what I'm saying is you got to have a good father in your life. My father has the shortcomings, he does. But I always mention them in my videos. Why? All right? Because I'm thankful for Christ giving me such a father that I have in my mothers and my brothers and my sisters. Okay? And the people here try to tear me from my family. But I love my family, man. I go to bat for my family, you know. Ride or die for my family, you know what I'm saying? So you got to understand. You know, father would show me some boxing, and even though we, you know, we had our issues and things of that nature. All right, but like at the end of the day, and I began to train myself in martial arts and boxing. But, you know, like I say, man, particularly, you know, he was showing me the basics, and then, you know, you just have to work with it, you know. He's working all the time and stuff like that. You know, we didn't have the best relationship, but my father, you know, it is what it is. You know, we all make mistakes. My mom didn't have the best relationship with my moms either. It's my pops, though. So I began to read certain things, martial art books, boxing books, watching boxing matches and stuff like that. Know what I'm saying? So, you know, it is what it is. But see, this is how you have to respond, okay? So I'm still in this park right now, but just give me a minute. I just want to finish this. I'm gonna clear out of here. Okay, she didn't want to shake my hand though. All right. So, you know, like I say, man, what you have to do, you have to maintain that stuff, okay? Even though they had showed me this, it did not stick until it's put into practice, okay? All right, so you got to put that shit into practice. So a lot of things I did have to teach myself they call it being an autodidactic, okay? I ain't no genes and shit, but a lot of shit that I've been through out here, I had to learn to survive on my own. Okay, a great deal, excuse me. Okay, when it comes to a lot of things, learning how to survive, learning life skills, and things of that nature. But what they did do, I'm just saying, for my mother and my father, like my mother teaching me about sex, you know, my father had, at 13, you know, my mother already taught me about sex and stuff, taught me about the ills and the bills, okay, the deals of sex. So my mom, you know, educated me. She didn't want no kids running around there, you know what I'm saying? Though she was the way she was, but she was still a mother to me. She was not perfect. Okay, so shout out to my family, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So the cop didn't want to shake my hand, man. Why is that? She admitted she was a biggie, you know what I'm saying? So, yo, but I'm not a petty person. So this is what it is. Alright? So I tell you, the Lord is good. You see how relaxed? I could have been violent. I could have been like, you get out there and call, motherfucker, I'll show you something. Rah, 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 rah. But I said, nah, I ain't gonna do that shit. That's what they wanted me. That's what they wanted me to act like. They wanted me to act ghetto. But like I say, the Caucasians refer to them as white trash. Threw water at me, man. Like, she got out the car to fill up a water bottle. She threw the rest of the remaining water on me. And I was real calm, and I looked at her, I was shocked. But I wasn't shocked enough to like overreact. I just waited for her ass to come back, and then she brought her ass back. I asked her why she threw the water at me, man. Like, that was unnecessary. You didn't have to do that shit. Come on now. I mean, I like to fight. I ain't trying to knock an old lady out, though. You know what I'm saying? Sports and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta understand, man. So I was in the shelter, boxing, training, you know. Elbows, knees, headbutts, all that stuff. Alright? So it is what it is, man. You gotta know how to defend yourself. I ain't saying I'm a master or anything. I don't have the time to practice martial arts in theory. Practice martial arts. I say this, martial arts physically. Okay? But in theory, I can practice it because I love the martial arts. Martial arts when it comes to Japanese, karate, when it comes to the Chinese. All right? Kung Fu, or Gung Fu, some people call it. So, but like I said, it is what it is, man. Look, I ain't no genius, man, but you gotta know how to handle yourself. So that's why they say, particularly, I really don't believe in Jesus Christ, okay, or Yeshua. I'm gonna just say this, I don't believe in Caesar Borgia, which is the white Jesus. I don't believe in Caesar Borgia. If you look up who Caesar Borgia is, which is the personification of a Caucasian man and the worship of such a man, and this denouncing of God, okay, particularly in the worship of the Bacchus and pederasty. So getting into the history of that image, okay, I do not agree with that image or the history of that image and who that man was. He practiced incest, he believed in pedophilia, he had sex with Leonardo da Vinci, and Leonardo da Vinci deified the man and painted him, and that's where white Jesus came from. So no, he was not Caucasian. No disrespect. So to all you out there who believed he was, no. I believe in the truth and nothing but the truth. So give me a minute. Alright? So you gotta understand. They said they really don't like what I'm saying. I said, but do you think Yeshua HaMashiach, likes what you're doing to me? Do you think he's really going to approve of this? Alright? So they say I don't believe in Yeshua, okay? Or Jesus, as they say Jesus Christ. They're talking about white Jesus. So you really don't believe in our God. Because you don't tolerate our bigotries. Because you just proved that we're all bigots. And I said, well, yeah, I pretty much did. But you gotta understand, man. Shit, I'm just relaxed and calm. Some people say you're a liar, you're a thief. Hey, let me tell you something. Shout out to Prophet Walker. I'm not a Christian anymore, but shout out to you, man. I lost your book that you gave me. Sorry, man. Prophet Walker, man, is a Christian brother, right? Okay. Love the brother. Love going to his church, you know, stuff like that. It is what it is. Got to meet him when I was traveling, doing ministry. Living out my car or a rental. So check this out though. So he said you can outrun, you can't outrun a lion, but your character can outlive it. And my character stood for me. Alright, it sure fucking did. Okay. Now I got a problem, PTSD, cursing and shit, but you gotta understand, you got a lot of people out there that don't like to curse, look very squeaky clean, you know. But they out there behind closed doors are the worst people, biggest freaks. Think about it in church. You hear about these things all the time in these stories. They molest their children, not all. They're molesting someone's children. They involved in homosexual acts. Always happens. Look, I got nothing against the LGBT community, but it is what it is. Alright? Alright? So, and I want to just say this. For all those who do believe in white Jesus, I'm not saying, look, you can believe in whatever you want to believe in. They have stated that they don't even believe in Jesus Christ. Okay, so white or black. So I'm not your enemy. If you believe in Jesus Christ, that's fine. Whatever denomination you are, that's fine. But according to the First Amendment right, I have every fucking right to believe in whatever God I want to believe in. Even if it's a God that happens to be my complexion, my features, my texture of hair. The exact description, the actual description of who the Son of Man actually looked like. Okay? So I'm about to get going here. I stepped away from the people because I told the cops, you know, I was going to get out of here, which I did. I stepped away from the people, but I just wanted to finish this video real quick because I do have to set times when I leave here. But I handled that situation. They really didn't like me handling the situation the way I did. Alright. Okay. They say I'm not a nice person, guys. You know, I prayed most high he put people in my life, particularly. I'm not settling for nothing, but I want to go to school, I want to be successful. I don't have to deal with this shit, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Alright. See what I'm saying? So these are the same people. This is why I have no bigotry. This is why, I have no bigger policy. Alright? But shit like this happens. You know, people just stand by, don't do anything about it. Okay, so it pretty much was the whole fucking park. It was the whole park. I'm gonna just say that right now. The whole park. I didn't call the cops, someone else did. And it was not because they were concerned with me, but because they wanted to prove, or because they didn't want me alive. And that's really what it was. You know, okay? I mean, people talk about I got dick sucking lips and shit. Ooh la la, his lips are 3 different colors. You know, I don't want to hear that shit. Okay, so it is what it is. Okay, I said, you know, and even if my lips are 3 different colors, you know, you don't. Why do you have to mention it that way? Okay, I'm not saying they are, but it is what it is, man. So you gotta forgive these people. But this is why, man. All right, according to the Caucasians, said we really can't trust our race when it comes to the cops and everything. I wanted to shake your hand, man. You see that shit? She didn't even want to shake my hand. Okay? So, according to what people said, you know, as I was listening in the background, they said that she didn't want to shake your hand because, you know, you're not a big. So if I was a bigot, in regards to being against my community, it would have been okay. I know they weren't talking about me being a bigot against their community, so, you know what I'm saying? It's pretty much the whole time, man. Look, man, I can't find work or nothing. I'm waiting for the NAACP to call me back, man. What the hell's going on? No disrespect, I'm not cursing you out. Just saying, I'm just saying it out loud, okay? I'm not very temperamental, okay? These people are very temperamental. Okay, so I'm consistent with the shit I do. I'm consistent. I track everything I do. Everything I do. Okay, the only thing they're consistent with is the lies they tell and the bigotry. Okay, they spell out in regards to their actions and their reactions every day. Okay, so I'm gonna get going, guys. I got a lot of work to do. I was supposed to be running errands, you know. So you gotta forgive. So you gotta understand, man. So the reason why I handled the situation like that, because I had a piece that passed all understanding. See, any person, if someone hits you with their saliva or their water, splash that shit on you, man. A lot of people would have freaked out, called her a bitch and everything else. Probably would have followed her. Said all kinds of shit. But I waited. You know what I did? I waited for her to come back and said she'll be back this week. Sure enough, patience. I just waited for her to come back. I waited with my phone. I was working on my phone. Sure enough, she brought her ass back. Okay. I mean, but they talking about sucking my dick, all kinds of stuff. But it is what it is. Me sticking in the ass. Okay. Talking about me molesting the kids, all kinds of stuff. Allowing me to do so I lose my case and that we all pedophiles in this motherfucker. And I said, no, it's not gonna happen. They were trying to make me a bigot, so, you know, make a bigot out of me. So, oh, it's okay, because he's a bigot now. Turn me against my own community, make me hate my own community. Okay. This is why I don't go over to their homes and stuff, because this is a trap. It's set up. They can lie on me. They can do whatever they want. You know, I'm over there at their home. It's my word against theirs. They can plant weed on me. They can do all kinds of shit. Another reason why I don't go, because I know they're true bigots, and I said, no, I'm good, man. Okay, it's not genuine kindness. I said, okay, my question is here. Check this shit out, right? Check. Okay? All right? All right? Microphone check, 212. Microphone check, through on through. All right, so check this out. If they truly were concerned, I'm a hard-ass working man. I work my ass off to do this case every day. I want to be up all night again. I stay up a couple nights, sometimes 3 throughout the week. I get sleep in between. Sometimes it's 2 days straight. Okay, but I really work hard because, you know, they harass me so much. So I can't even go into the parks like that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always have my phones ready on deck. So if you really cared about me, how about this? How about you get me out of the unemployment line? Well, I can get myself off the streets instead of depending on your ass. On your ass. But no, you want me to depend on you. You want me to be your fucking slave. And that's what it's about. Your boy. They guilty them motherfucker, man. Come on. Okay? So they want you to be our boy, our slave. Sex slave. Everything slave. Use you up for all your talent and throw your ass away. I mean, they do it to us all the time in the music industry. I said, fuck that shit. You don't hit me with that shit. I already know what it is. Ain't no 360 deal over here in this motherfucker. But like I say, it is what it is. I ain't no wearing no dress. You know, I ain't wearing no fucking dress. Ain't no humiliation ritual going on over here. But like I say, it is what it is, man. But anywho, you gotta understand, man, that's a different story for another day. Okay? So you gotta understand, man, you know, when things like this shit happens, it's not from my community, it's the whites. It's always the Caucasians that take it to the next level. Okay? It's been a few incidents, but particularly my community just kind of sits idly by, not do anything about it, especially if they're in a racial relationship. They're gonna call you a nigga just as well. So that's how it is down here. If they're biracial, you was a nigga. Look, they're so racist down here. They train their children, most particularly, if you're biracial too, to be a bigot. Okay? Not all biracials like that, but they be sitting up there, whites be calling them niggers and shit. Be a good nigger now. And they just bow their heads. And then they nod and agree. And then they take this this teaching and say it to the portion of themselves that are part of the quote-unquote black community. Okay? Okay? So you gotta understand, they said, well, now you know we're not bigot gays. And I said, but wait a minute, though. You were talking about sucking my dick all the way from here to Cancun. Alright? Babylon and Timbuktu. Okay? Shout out to that book author, Rudolph Winston. Shout out to him. But like I said, they were talking about my dick, sucking it, licking my ass. Even when the police was there. I don't know if you can hear it in the background. Okay, so it is what it is. Okay. Alright. But you gotta forgive. So I made him leave. I didn't even make him leave. He left on his own. I said, but this is the pause. I have every right to be here. I have every right to be here. Is this your home? Is this your home? Huh? But like I said, it is what it is. I send this shit to the police. It is what it is. So, by the way, I heard the officers mention, okay, particularly, and the people around that we do have a lot of bigot friends. You might be able to hear it in the video, but check this shit out, man. Anywho, I'm looking for a lawyer. I put my information in the video. I gotta get going. I got a lot of work to do. I'm gonna be up all night. Okay. You know what's funny? You gotta understand. Someone just rolled past me in the car and said, "You never molest our kids," and she said it with great grief and disappointment. Okay, because they talk about the desire to want to have sex with their own kids. Put my salvation on it. And their kids actually talked about, and I was in the library just today, saying that they would take their daddy's eggs or semens. They sexualize their children like this. They said we would have sex with our parents. And it's not everyone here, but this is what I'm hearing all the time, man. This shit is mainly from the Caucasians, the white community, white Americans. This shit crazy as hell, man. Okay? I never call off. I work 24/7, 7 days a week, building. Okay? This shit, man, I'm in a war zone here. Not only that, but I'm working with the word, the gospel. It's the gospel. The gospel is 7 days out the week. You don't take breaks. The devil doesn't take breaks, does he? No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Try to take my eyes from it. Okay? That's okay. Alright? So like I said, it is what it is, man. I can still see. I just have to fix my lenses, okay? put some duct tape on them, and I found them. I had to find them first, man. Shit. So I found them. But like I say, it is what it is. But you gotta forgive people, man. So, two biggest, man. Didn't even want to shake my hand, man. She didn't even want to shake my hand. I said, why you gonna shake my hand, baby? And I mean that in a respectful way. Let me not say that because it sounds like I'm hitting on her or some shit. Why you didn't want to shake my hand? You know, like, you know, baby girl, just euphemism. Like, hey, you know, I wouldn't say that to her anyway, but what I'm saying is I'm just being silly. Okay, but why you want to shake my hand, man? Wham bam and thank you, ma'am. That's pretty much what it was. Like, hey, look, you know, I don't like what you're doing. Okay. But I have to do my civic duty, you know, so it is what it is, you know. But you gotta forgive, man. You know, she had a nice smile. She seemed very cooperative in regards to what I was saying and caring, but you know, when I extended my hand, she's like, nope, you're fine. I'm like, oh shit, what? Why? You know, why? Alright, so it is what it is, guys. I let my lords decide on the reason why when they watch the video and shit, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, guys. I gotta get going, okay? But nothing personal, just business, standing 10 toes down on business, standing on the rock of the cornerstone that the builders have refused. Shalom, shalom, and shalom. I just want to talk about the Heavenly Father, talk about fathers and parents. Literature. That's why I'm always at the library. I wrote a poem about it. My Heavenly Father. Okay? He was both literature through the mentorship of many authors, being Caucasian as well. East Indian, Chinese, Japanese. Okay? Many authors, Irish. Okay? Many authors, okay? You think about it, okay? I learned a lot. Okay? Italian. Okay? So I learned a lot, so many different people. So my education was multicultural, okay? So I don't believe in bigotry. I have no bigotry policy. That's why. Okay, not only that, because the Most High Yah too, and I was I was intelligent enough to understand the love of Christ is also intelligent love, not just emotional, not just an emotional love, but intelligent love, and being able to reason outside the boundaries, okay, confines of ignorance, lack of understanding. So God is also a God of knowledge. If you look at the scriptures, it talks about him being the God of knowledge, omniscience, omnipotent, okay? All right? Okay, so it's important. Just because, you know, you believe in Yeshua, okay, does not mean he will not deal with you on a spiritual level, particularly in areas, different areas of study, okay? It's not just emotion, okay, but also intellectual, all right? So, you know, that's what it is, all right? So I'm about to get going. So that's why I like to study, because my Heavenly Father, my ancestors did. My Heavenly Father put that in me, child's curiosity, and I never lost it, okay? I can be a bit playful and shit like that, but that's just my personality for my years of study and development of my personality and character. Okay, so like study is play for me. I love studying, man. Look, it ain't nothing better in the world than studying, most particularly being able to study and relate everything back to my Heavenly Father, Yahshua Mashiach. So that's why I'm always at the library. So I got a long walk, okay? I got a long ass walk. Check this shit out. See that? I gotta walk all the way down there, down to Fort Gratiot. I gotta walk all the way down there to Fort Gratiot. That's where the library is, all the way down there in that city, downtown Port Huron. Okay? This is Pine Grove Park, right here. Alright? That's where they play baseball, dick. Every time they playing baseball, they always talking about my dick. No disrespect. So here you go. So I got a long walk ahead of me. So this is what it is, yo. So you know, that's the Port Huron. That's the medical office building and hospital and shit like that. But like I said, it is what it is, guys. I gotta get going. So a lot of people don't like what I say and things of that nature, but nothing personal, just business and 10 toes down on business, standing on the rock of the cornerstone that the builders have refused, that of my father's business, that of which of course, you know, I would have divorce. Shalom. 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 And Mazel Tov.